What's up, guys? My name's Cameron. That's my classic Mini. And today we're going to triple the horsepower with a Honda D Series. Let's get into it. All right. Let's see. Not all we've got.
Frame up and the back top of that.
All right. If we can get in there. Like swing into it. You probably could have just lifted it up onto it. Watch your finger.
We gotta make a quick adapter bolt or a section for this guy here because it doesn't quite bolt up to the transmission. But I think we've got what we need. Just gonna take us a minute to measure a couple things and get it jammed in.
All right, that's gonna be super hot.
Safety squints were used in the making of this video.
Grab.
Gold.
Sweet. All right.
This harness looks great. I just want to clean it up just a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know how to electrical tape. I can tell. Brings out the box knife.
Got to.
You just don't need to see no split ends, Becky. Rise a blade. Boom, nice and clean. I'm gonna do a couple more up here.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We have this alternator, which I'm assuming used this pretty jank bracketry. Man, I can't imagine how long that took him to do. What a guy.
All right, guys, so far we've got the engine behind us, all mounted up. We had to make a couple of things to get everything to bolt together, but we're gonna wait to put the spacers in the mounts to see how it fits in the car. But right now, what we're gonna do is pull the car forward and start taking apart the front suspension because we're gonna need those components to go onto this as well. So, almost kind of sort of done. Gotta cannibalize.
As you can see, this is not a lot of room to work in. So with the Honda motor, we need to cut these two inner fenders out, or fender liners, which isn't a problem. You basically just come under the fender and cut across. But before we do that, we'll jack this thing up. We will probably take the old engine cradle out and maybe some of this wiring that's left behind. Take the grill off so we don't mess it up more than we have to. And then we'll get to cutting. and then we should be able to drop the, or I guess lift up the engine into it. So hopefully it's that easy. Probably won't be, but we'll say a little prayer. Cool. So we just got to pull this stuff off, and then we can get to cutting.
Let's do it.
As you guys saw in the time lapse, we got the engine cradle out. Wasn't too bad. It's just a bunch of bolts because it's made by a British person. They were all different sizes, which is super annoying. We had to go get a tool because the ones up here were huge. They're a 34 mil. Don't know why, but whatever. Other than that, once we got the engine cradle out, we had to cut the inner wings out. So we cut them, cleaned them up a bit, and then we painted them. Luckily, this paint is pretty dang close to some Rust-Oleum gray primer. So that works out nicely for me. Got that painted up. Next is just putting the engine in. But I will note, if you're using this as a how-to, don't take the guard off the grinder because you'll drop it on your finger and gouge the crap out of it. Luckily, it wasn't so deep that, you know, cut a tendon or something. But either never take the guard off the grinder or suffer the consequences. And I am suffering the consequences. So anyway, I'll clean this up, wrap it so I don't have to amputate it, and then we'll get the engine in. So that'll be next. You'll see us hopefully get it in pretty smoothly. I hope.
So, do your research before you try and engine swap a car with no prior knowledge. Because apparently if you have a right-hand drive Mini, the steering rack is completely in the way of the transmission. So in a right-hand drive Mini, apparently, you buy an adapter kit, you cut your floor out and you move the steering rack further into the car, then you have to weld the panel in. What I thought was going to end up with a day of having a VTEC swapped Mini, it is now us pulling out a VTEC motor out of a Mini to then actually do it correctly. So you will see us again when we buy the correct parts and are prepared to actually VTEC swap this car. Hopefully soon. So stay tuned. We'll get some videos out when we actually get the parts. But yeah, I got to spend some money.